Hello again, YouTubers. As promised earlier in my walk around the woods video, I'm now doing a review of Gareth Hogarth's Ultimum. I'm smoking that in another budget basket pipe. Most of my pipes are budget pipes, supplied by the good people at Gauntleys. This is a straight version. I've got a bent version of the same pipe, essentially the same look. I quite like it because even considering the price, it looks like it's kind of flamey. It looks kind of cool. It looks kind of cool. Not bad. Again, the review. Gareth Hogarth's Ultimum. This is a really nice tobacco. As usual, I'm going to start sniffing the jar. Nearly said tin there. It's a jar. Straight away, it's really, really sweet. Again, this is quite common with most Gareth Hogarths. They're heavily cased. Really, really sweet aroma. You get sugar straight away. With this one, as opposed to the cherry vanilla, you can actually get cherries straight away. Straight away. But you get some of it's almost bitter in the smell. The caramel is. It sort of sits there. It's kind of in the background, but you really get a caramel coming through. On the back there, it's quite nice. On the light, it takes a few lights to get going. Again, you probably want to dry it out a little bit before you actually start smoking it. But it's not a bad smoke overall. Get my matches. It's a very smooth smoke. Again, what I found with a lot of the Gareth Hogarth mixtures is you kind of get a casing on your mouth, not in an unpleasant way. Like after you've had a nice humbug or a boiled sweet or something like that, it kind of leaves a sugariness in your mouth, almost like a coating, which isn't entirely unpleasant at all. Um, the smoke's very light. As opposed to cherry vanilla, it's not quite as sweet. The caramel kind of balances it out. You can taste the cherries quite nicely, but the caramel just kind of stops it being too sweet. It smells a lot sweeter than it actually is. Obviously, most of the aromatics actually do anyway. But you assume by the nature of the smell and what you're getting straight out of the jar that it's going to be something a lot more sugary than it actually is. About halfway through the bottle, I've smoked quite a lot of ultimum lately. I ordered 50 grams from Gauntleys and I've pretty much caned it, to be honest with you. It's almost gone completely. I've smoked that more than the other tobaccos that I bought. I smoked a few bowls, as I say, halfway through the bowl. Um, Again, with most of the tobaccos, it's going to get a little bit bitter. Again, you get more caramel than cherry. Like with the cherry vanilla, you kind of lose the vanilla and then it goes more into sort of black cherries, that kind of taste. With this, it's almost the other way around. You kind of start off with like almost like those little shiny cherries you get on top of cakes. Um, it's almost like that, like a really sweet cherry, and then it kind of comes down to more sort of black cherry, more bitter. But then you're tasting the caramels more, and you're getting sort of the smoky sugariness, and it's really really nice. It's altogether very very pleasant smoke. This is one of my favourite tobaccos at the moment, at least. I'm really enjoying it. So, another thing I discovered today, which I thought was quite amusing actually, I was in a local Morrison's, and I found this beer, and I like to um, try a beer from time to time, and this one caught my eye because of the name. It's got quite a simple little label, and it's called Piddle in the Hole from Piddle Brewery. And I'll just read you what it says on the back. Piddle in the Hole is an amber ale, which was originally only available in pubs in the surrounding villages, the names of which are featured in this rhyme. Upton Snodsbury, Peopleton and Crowell, Wire Piddle, North Piddle, and Piddle in the Hole. It doesn't really give a description on the bottle about the beer at all. As it says, it's an amber ale, and I've had a few sips already, and I don't think you really get the colour on there. To be honest with you, it's not that amber. It's more of an autumnal sort of tone, really. Um, However, taste-wise and flavour-wise, it's exactly what you'd expect from an amber ale. Really, it's um, it kind of lacks body. I prefer something with a little more body myself. Again, it's not a complicated flavour. It's quite sweet in of itself, but there are better beers. But I think as a nice summer refresher rather than an evening drink, um, it makes quite a nice beer. I think it would be something more on a hot day. It's 3.6%, so it's quite weak, quite mild as beers go. Um, so it's more of a perhaps sitting in the sun, refresh yourself kind of beer rather than anything else. But the name's very amusing and the rhyme's quite a chuckle, really. On the subject of beers though, I also discovered while I was there this beer, which is a Iron Maiden beer. It says premium British beer. It's Trooper, handcrafted by Robinson's Brewery. That's 4.7%. I had quite a few of these the other night. I've kept one because I've not seen this before anywhere, and a bit like the Elbow one, I missed out on that sadly. But that could be collectible. It could be quite nice. I'll just show you the label again. I do love the Iron Maiden artwork. That's some fantastic artwork. It's a very nice beer, much darker, much stronger, fuller bodied, almost caramel flavours as well. It would go very well with the ultimum actually. I didn't smoke the ultimum with it the other night, but that would be a marriage made in heaven. They'd be a good mix to put together. As I say, let's get this bowl lit. I've been very impressed with the Gareth Hogarth mixtures. I found them all quite pleasant. However, they're all very sweet, and I think as I progress through pipe smoking, it may be a natural progression. I still stay with the aromatics, but I want to explore with more flavours rather than smells, more English blends, more non-aromatics. I think I'm going to try 3Ps next. I've heard that's quite good. I might give that a whirl. Mind you, that's a plug. And I've also not tried plugs yet either. So that's going to be an interesting mix. I'll definitely do a review of that. Let you all know how that goes. But the Gareth Hogarth's very good quality. It says on the Gauntleys page it's the finest Cavendishes, finest Virginias, and you do get quality. You feel quality when you're smoking it, when you look at it, as it looks in the jar, as it looks in the tin. It looks like a quality, very silky kind of tobacco. It looks very nice. It's very appealing in that sense as well. And my pipe's gone out. I'm going to go and relight this, but on that note, it's almost time to end this video. But before I do, I just want to make a quick note about the service at Gauntleys. It's absolutely impeccable. If you're anywhere in the UK, I can't speak for outside of the UK, but if you're anywhere inside of the UK, every time I've ordered for Gauntleys, I've never had to wait any more than 3 days was the maximum waiting time, and that was because there was a bank holiday. The service is absolutely impeccable. The descriptions on the page are flawless. They really help you make your decisions in what you're purchasing. The postal service is just absolutely amazing. Everything's packaged nicely, everything's looked after. It's just a really fast, really good quality service, and the rate that these people must work at the shop, they must be some very hard-working people, and genuine hats off to them. But if you're going to use a postal service and you're in the UK and you want to order some tobaccos or some cigars or pipes, go to Gaunties. They're absolutely fantastic. Anyway, see you later, YouTubers. Happy puffing.